So it looks like some firefighters are finally getting what they deserved. And Disney looks bad. Look, sometimes Disney does wonderful things. Sometimes they do terrible things. They want you to see the good things, of course, and they really don't want you to see the bad things, although they've been putting them on display a lot more frequently. But when it comes to firefighters, Disney would like you to know when they help, but they don't want you to know when they hurt. And boy, did Disney spend years hurting, not just the firefighters themselves that I'm referring to directly, but according to some insiders, they had the potential to hurt or risk guests. That is until Disney lost control of their own private government. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you're going to want to stick around for this one, I assure you. And it won't take very long. It's a little bit short. Here we go. So, finally, after years of back and forth, the Disney World Governing District, now under the governor's newly appointed leaders, has finally reached a deal with its firefighters and paramedics. That's right, years later. But wait, under Disney's iron thumb, this actually isn't new. And we'll get to that. The waiting part, that is. The wait. You see, the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, which they really need to come up with a good acronym for, they recently voted unanimously to approve a 3-year contract for the 200 plus hardworking firefighters and paramedics of the Reedy Creek Professional Firefighters Association, a name left over from when Disney basically controlled their own government, which they shouldn't have been doing, legally anyway. Now, the contract comes with some fantastic perks, things that didn't exist before, including a 5% wage increase and a raise in the starting annual wage for the firefighters and paramedics from $55,000 to $66,000. That's not bad. That's not all. Experienced workers will receive a $5,000 signing bonus, while others will get a sweet $2,500 bonus. And this agreement is fair. It's generous and fiscally responsible, according to Martin Garcia, who's the chairman of the Oversight District's board. And I imagine there was a lot of relief in that room. You see, the Firefighters Union has been fighting for this contract for years, facing understaffing concerns, especially as the parks continue to grow. And so do the hotel complexes. With DeSantis employees in place taking the reins, things finally shifted in their favor, and this is probably a victory or celebration, to use a Disney word, worth having. Glinton Glazian, I hope I'm saying that right, is the district's new administrator. And he even brought some extra good news to the meeting. He announced a nearly 7% cut in property taxes for the area as well. And that huge cost savings was realized because they were no longer paying overtime for deputies patrolling the Disney property. There's going to be a lot of sharing going on that was going on anyway, but probably wasn't compensated properly. And ironically, this biggest step forward ever for guests and firefighters alike came once Disney was no longer the boss. Once the district existed just as a district and not a private government, things have really changed. The biggest story being, and no one's talking about, that every single previous negotiation between the Firefighters Union of Reedy Creek and Disney took a nightmare period of time. It was always, according to some, a nightmare working with Disney. A lot of equipment needs had gone unmet over the years. Personnel had been held back or underpaid, and at times they were so understaffed they probably wouldn't have been able to take care of more than one emergency at a time on property. Guests were reportedly in harm's way, and again I say reportedly, due to staffing and equipment issues that I've already referenced. And let me tell you, that would have been a lawsuit waiting to happen if anything had, or anything serious had happened. And while DeSantis and Disney have obviously locked horns and had a bunch of squabbles recently over the last year, it seems like that feud, while still simmering, didn't get in the way of the firefighters deal. And that's a good thing. With the firefighters secured, things are looking much brighter in, well, the Magic Kingdom and all the other parks around Walt Disney World, and perhaps the surrounding area as well. And it's strange that once we finally reached a happy ending, it wasn't at the behest of Disney, but this brand new district commission that was put in place to replace them. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think this is great news? I do. Do you think that Disney should, well, be thought of in lesser regard because they were frequently making it more difficult to protect and serve the very guests that they invited onto their property. And finally, have you ever had any experience with the folks of Reedy Creek at their fire department and paramedics? I have to tell you, the limited experience I've had with them has been amazing, and they were nothing but professional and, well, very good at their jobs. But I'm just curious, so utilize that comment section down below. And as I promised to keep this one short, I'll just say, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.